following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Yes, welcome into the Sportsocracy. Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene with you. It feels like old times. It's been a long time since it's just been the two of us.
This is the most room I've had at this table in a long motherfucking time.
I got all spread out here.
Hey, and we're back on Facebook too.
Yeah.
The dual stream works. I only had to threaten my computer with a handgun. Phenomenal.
It's only been 11 months, but we finally figured out how to do both at the same time.
It's not new technology. It's just we finally figured out how to use it.
Right. Welcome everybody into the program. We are here in the Wicked Weed studio. Of course, wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, drink different. Top of the morning to everybody. Yeah, we love you, G-Baby. G-Baby said in the comments he wakes up at 6 o'clock every morning in California just so he can start his day off right here.
That makes us feel special.
Fuck yeah, it does. It makes my manscaped shorn scrotum happy. Manscaped.com. Don't forget to use the promo code SPORTSOCRACY. That's how you want to start your morning at 6 o'clock. Manscaped.com. Use the promo code SPORTSOCRACY. Get 20% off of your purchase. And also, of course, free worldwide shipping. We'll tell you more about Manscaped coming up in just a little bit. But first, we got to do it. The 2021 NBA MVP, Nikola Jokic.
It feels so good. I feel as though I have just a little bit to do with this. Just a little bit. I've been driving the bandwagon. It feels good. It feels good today to say that I saw it coming before anybody else.
Yep. Incessantly beating us over the head for the last 2 years with Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA and that they are going to win an NBA championship. You're still shy of the big mark, but and God almighty help us if they actually do this thing and end up winning the championship this year.
12 wins away from my 2021 NBA champion, Denver.
Oh, gosh. Nikola Jokic, once drafted during a Taco Bell commercial, is now your NBA MVP. Drafted number 41 overall, and yes, they didn't even announce his name on television.
Nope.
It was one of those current selection things. And just, 41st overall. He is the lowest drafted NBA MVP
in the
ever.
modern era.
Yeah.
The crazy thing, there's only been 2 others that weren't drafted in the lottery. I just realized that graphic's
the
still
graphic's still up there.
Sorry, I had to relish in the championship. No big deal. Sorry. All right.
That's all right. That's all right. We're riding solo this morning. We got nobody else pushing the buttons for us. So.
When you don't hear any other voices, it means I'm doing it over here. And I don't multitask well at all. So, if that happens, somebody just throw out in the comments I'm bouncing between the Facebook and the YouTube. So just say, hey, dumbass, we can't see you anymore.
Jeremy hit me with this little trivia nugget when I walked in this morning. Nikola Jokic, drafted 41st overall, is the lowest drafted MVP in history. The 2 previous that were tied were drafted 15th overall in the modern era.
Giannis Antetokounmpo and Steve Nash. The other 2 were Kobe Bryant and Karl Malone at 13.
Yeah, drafted 13.
If you've ever wondered why I say I don't really care that you're trading picks that wind up in the 20s, that's why. That is the best explanation of why I say I do not care ever.
Because anybody who wins an MVP.
Because pretty much if you're going to wind up with an MVP level player, you're either going to accidentally find a Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Which is
the rarest thing ever.
It's happened one time. Or you're going to draft a guy in the lottery.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, though, he is the second round pick ever to win the MVP. Willis Reed was actually a second round pick back in 1964 when there were only 7 teams in the league. So he was technically the 8th overall pick in the draft, but technically it was the second round. So Nikola Jokic, he's just had an amazing season. Mm-hmm. And the thing that put the nail in the coffin for him winning the MVP was the injury to Jamal Murray. When Jamal Murray went down and nothing happened with this team, and they, in fact, improved, maybe not with the product on the floor, but in the standings.
Wait, what team is that?
The 2021 NBA champion Denver Nuggets.
God, if they don't fly me to Denver winning the title, I swear to God, I'm going to be so pissed. I didn't start this with the intention of free shit, but I'm officially to the path of free shit.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the big perk of this job. All the free shit.
Free shit?
Yeah, love free shit.
Big fan of free shit.
You love free shit. We love free shit.
I've watched people fight in crowds over T-shirts that were 2 sizes too small and weren't white anymore. I've actually seen that. A white T-shirt that was like a dingy yellow. And when the victor of this fight finally got it, it was literally 2 sizes too small.
Yep.
Because we love free shit.
I have never fought anybody for a free T-shirt in my adult years. When I was a kid.
There it is.
When I was a kid, of course. But in my adult years,
You're the cheapest human being I've ever met in my life. But so I struggle to believe that.
But in my adult years, I don't. You know why? Because they're always skinny people shirts.
Oh, yeah.
They don't shoot out 2X shirts. So by the time I got into the 6th grade, I was like, well, fuck, I can't wear the shirts anymore.
I mean, here's the thing. and I feel like this is one of those things that I hope you already knew this. When they made sizes of shirts, they started with small, medium, and large.
Yeah.
That's why they just keep adding X's to the front, because there was never an intention of people to be this big. People were never intended to be this fat. They made shirts for 3 sizes, and then all of a sudden, McDonald's happened.
Yep.
And now we're here.
Yep.
Ta-da.
So, Nikola Jokic, it was well-deserved. Joel Embiid ends up finishing 2nd in the MVP voting, as he should have. I mean, I think this makes a statement to the league of you have to play the games. Because I think the fact that Joker played 20 more games than Joel Embiid,
it wouldn't matter.
Part of the reason that this
Nikola Jokic was more important to his team than Joel Embiid was.
Yeah, like, okay.
No Joker does this team make the playoffs.
Yeah.
No Embiid does. Can Toby Harris and Ben Simmons make the playoffs in the East?
Yeah, maybe.
And where's my bell? My bell's too far away.
Right.
We're not used to having 2 people on camera anymore. This is built for a crowdsourced morning show. Mm-hmm. Got so much room. I want to know, by the way, if you ever want to know why I don't put much stock into what fans think, let's just break down the voting. There were 101 votes. 100 media members, 1 fan vote. 91 first place votes go to Jokic. 5 go to Curry. 2 go to Chris Paul. 1 to Embiid. 1 to Antetokounmpo. And Derrick Rose got the fucking fan vote. Stop that. I saw that come up, and I literally was tweeting at Adam Schefter because he was the one that put it out.
Yeah.
I said, whoever voted for Derrick Rose deserves to not have a vote. Not 4 minutes later, he retweeted and said, oh, yeah, by the way, that 1 Derrick Rose vote was the fan vote.
The fan
Cool.
vote.
They shouldn't have one of those.
God.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I mean, he's not even the best player on his own team.
No.
I mean, Julius Randle, I would have given you that one. Okay, give him one of the, just a cheapy vote. But not Derrick Rose. Ugh. Let's not do that anymore. 26.4 points per game, 10.8 rebounds per game, and 8.3 assists per game. And the guy's 7 feet tall. And he's just unbelievable.
You know, Stephen Tao has a really good point that I hadn't thought of.
What?
That big and tall stores, the big and tall that big and tall stores are after are for people like me that are 6'5", 275. Stephen Tao's like 6'9". I don't know how much he weighs, but it's less than I do. Mm-hmm. And he said big and tall stores are always big and tall. Every shirt long enough is wide enough to cover both car seats. I had never thought of that. Where in the hell do you buy shirts? Stephen Tao's built like Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
I'd never thought of that. I've always bitched about the fact that you can always see just a little bit of the bottom of the porch because I'm fat.
Right.
See, for me, 3X is too big, but 2X is too short.
Yep.
I want to bitch about things today.
Here you go. Instead of bitching about the clothes, lose some weight. That's why I don't bitch about my clothes. Because I can't tell anybody to lose weight.
And this pot, calling the kettle black, was brought to you by the pot.
Sure. That's why I say don't bitch about the clothes. You can conform. You can conform.
I think we learned on Monday I don't want to conform.
Well, Monday. What was Monday?
That was when Brian and I just screamed at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Which was great. Very cathartic.
And I was legit scared.
Uh-huh.
I was
and
legit
then I got
scared
off.
there was going to be a punch thrown between the two of us, and I was not happy.
And then I got off camera as soon as the camera turned off, and I went, good show.
Good show. Yeah, both of you were like, you were honestly scared? I was like, yeah, I was.
Uh-huh.
I'd never heard Brian speak that way.
Uh-huh. And trust me, I wanted to go further, but I was afraid he would say something that would not end well for us.
Yeah, you can't come back from.
Yeah. I thought he was going to say bad words.
Giannis ended up third in the MVP voting. I was kind of surprised by that.
I'm not. It makes sense.
Yeah.
If anything that we've learned through 2 games of Nets Bucks is that without Giannis, they would be
Terrible.
They would be the New Orleans Pelicans without Giannis. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
There you go.
That's an absolute fact.
I mean, if I had voted for MVP, it would have been Jokic 1, Curry 2, Antetokounmpo 3, and then probably Embiid 4. And Derrick Rose at 97.5.
I definitely would have had Nikola and Embiid at the top of my MVP ballot. And I think my third vote would probably go to Chris Paul.
Oh, I didn't think about Chris Paul. He would have been in my top 5. I can't tell you where.
He probably would have been my third, and I would have been among only 8 people who believe that. That kind of shocks me.
He only
more
got
than
8
anything.
votes total?
No, 8 votes for third place.
Oh.
He got 2 first place votes,
Which is
2 second
insane.
place votes, and he had 8 third place
Anybody
votes.
that didn't vote for Nikola Jokic, you shouldn't have a vote anymore. Am I biased? 100%. Am I right? 100%.
Agreed. I will agree with you on that one. It should have been, no doubt, like I said, when and I told you this was going to happen. The Jamal Murray going out was not going to affect this team drastically. And then they actually improved their seeding after it happened. And now they're in the second round of the playoffs, and they actually, to me, kind of look like a team that could win an NBA championship without Jamal Murray, which is shocking to say.
Not to me. Heard it here first. Ta-ta.
I know you're still waiting on those wheels to fall off of Brooklyn, but I think they're their biggest competition.
I just refuse to believe that any team can be that basic defensively and be an NBA champion. I struggle to believe that Blake Griffin is the missing defensive stalwart that you needed. I struggle to buy that, but if it comes to pass, I'll admit I was wrong. But
you're right, and you may be right, but again, their efficiency offensively is just so great. Now, last night, Joel Embiid found out he didn't win the MVP right before he went out and performed, and he decided to lay a 40-burger down on the Atlanta Hawks. Philadelphia won 118-102. I was surprised that once Atlanta got down, they were able to come back. I mean, they cut it to 2 at right before halftime.
Mm-hmm. There was a run.
Yeah.
If you watch the game, you never doubted Philadelphia wasn't going to win that game.
No.
Ever. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to stick with what I said. I'll take Philadelphia in 5.
Well, there was one. There was one time where I went, oh, shit. It was when Danilo Gallinari and Embiid got into it, and Embiid shoved him, and I went, oh, shit. If they kick him out of this thing.
Don't run him.
Right. If they kick him out, that's all Atlanta needs to complete this comeback and win game 2 and go up 2-0 going back home to Atlanta. That's something special. Mm-hmm. You know what I haven't even thought about yet? Is this series going to stretch into next week when I'm in Atlanta?
Let's see. They'll play 2 games in Atlanta. You'd have to get to a game 6. And you might time it out correctly for a game 6 to be while you're down there.
Wednesday? No, they play Wednesday, but it's at Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's game 5. That'd be in Philadelphia.
Dang it.
That's going to be the end of the series anyway, though.
Yeah, they play in it. No, it's not. Stop that.
Be the end of the series.
Atlanta will get one more. They'll get one at home.
I don't think they will.
Come
Nah,
on.
I don't think they will.
Oh, man. Atlanta is back in their Woodbirds, man, and this is... Yeah,
what
the
the hell
Woodbirds.
is that turn of phrase you just used?
What?
The hell's a woodbird?
The Woodbirds. That's what they're calling them in Atlanta now.
They're not real.
They're not... Yeah, they're calling them the Woodbirds down around the Atlanta neck of the woods.
Well, you know how I feel about birds, so.
So, yeah, Monday night they'll be in Atlanta. Too bad I'm going to Atlanta on Tuesday. Red Sox and the Braves, Tuesday and Wednesday, so I will not be here. We may have to go dark for a little bit.
We might be showless for 2 days.
Right.
I'll be in Texas.
He's got to travel. I've got to travel. I think all of our backups have other things going on. So
Hey, if somebody wants to come fill in for us, you'll have to learn how to run the technology, but we can make it happen.
Right. But I'm really looking forward to next week, not only because it's the Red Sox coming in to play Atlanta, but I'm going to get to meet Patrick Holt. And that I've been jazzed about that for a couple of days. Yeah,
I'm very jealous.
Because Patrick Holt's going down for the games, as is Kevin Vick. We're all going to hook up and have a couple of drinks. If you're going down to Atlanta or you're in the Atlanta area, by all means, get in contact with us. We will have a big old sportsocracy party down in Atlanta. Then Utah survives against the LA Clippers. Were you shocked that it was just a 3-point game?
I mean, I took it. That was the one I missed last night. I was 2-0-1. You know, just continuing to throw free money to the masses.
Right.
I mean, Donovan Mitchell had to be otherworldly, but that's with no Mike Conley. So I did not know Conley wasn't going to play until a few hours before the game. Mm-hmm. I look at it this way: if one of the stars for the Clippers missed that game, they would have gotten beat by 40. One of them missed it for Utah, and they still won by 4. I don't think this is going to be a series. I would say that one's over in 5. Mm-hmm. I think that was the Clippers' best shot. And I know Reggie Jackson got in foul trouble. You were down a player. I just don't really understand Ty Lue's rotations. Like, why does Ivica Zubac play 25 minutes and DeMarcus Cousins plays 4?
Yeah.
I understand he's bad defensively. I get it. Everybody in the NBA is. He can at least score. And there were times that I couldn't understand why guys are playing together. It's just I don't like how Ty Lue runs this team. Mm-hmm. I said this when they fired Doc Rivers. You're going to regret this because he's a smarter in-game coach than Ty Lue is. And I think it bared itself out last night.
I don't disagree with you. Paul George did not play well yet again. It was a game on the road. It was a game in the playoffs. So old playoff P was getting it from the Utah fans. And, of course, after
as well
the game,
he should be.
Yeah, and after the game, he was like, I take all the criticism. It's going to inspire me to be better. I'll be more efficient in game 2. Yeah, he missed, 12 or 10 of his first 12 shots, something like that he missed last night. And, I mean, he ended up with, 20 points in the game.
I'm going to say something that I think should have been said a long time ago. Paul George at this point is not better than Kyle Lowry was when Kawhi Leonard won his title in Toronto. He's not. Those were the two that were the catalyst of them winning that title. Mm-hmm. Van Vliet was good. Siakam was good. I get all that.
Yep.
They were more bit pieces. It was mainly Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard. Mm-hmm. This team cannot do that. Point blank. Paul George is not good enough. He's not consistent enough. Mm-hmm. He's infuriating to watch.
Yeah, you don't have the shooters. No. They don't have the shooters like Toronto had. It's not going to end well for them, and I think you're right. I think the Jazz will. I think the Jazz will probably sweep out this series.
I don't know that they'll sweep it. I think LA gets one in LA.
Yeah, maybe you get one good game out of Paul George. I just love the fact that he continues to play this role like, this isn't who I am.
That's exactly
who you are. You do it over and over and over again. Going back to your days with the Pacers. When you get in the playoffs, you disappear. It happened with the Pacers. It happened with the Thunder. It's happening with the Clippers. I mean, he's the main reason, I think, that they didn't make a more serious push for the championship last year. I would blame all of this on Paul George.
If you look at the the star-driven teams, Paul George is the outlier.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. I'd take them both over Paul George. Kyrie, Durant, and Harden's not even close. Hell, I'm going to level with you. I'm not sure that I would rather have Michael Porter Jr. at this point than I would Paul George. I mean, Porter's limited defensively, but he's still going to score.
Right.
He's still going to be an efficient scorer. He's still going to be a good scorer, and he keeps the ball moving. Paul George at this point is a really inefficient ball stopper. He's Carmelo Anthony, not nearly as accurate. Ooh. I hadn't thought of that until just now, and that comparison is really accurate. He's a super inefficient version of Carmelo Anthony.
Speaking of ball stoppers, support for the Sportsocracy is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the world champion in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. It's the 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code SPORTSOCRACY at manscaped.com. Manscaped engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and an incredibly comfortable grooming experience. The 4th-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. I'll be honest, I feel way more confident doing the job that needs to be done now that I have the advanced skin-safe technology.
I mean, it's a fantastic product. I use it quite often. And let's be honest, your first home was your father's balls. And with Father's Day right around the corner, this is the perfect place to get a gift for Dad. Use our promo code SPORTSOCRACY to get 20% off and free shipping around the world at manscaped.com. Use our promo code SPORTSOCRACY.
It's time to get your own ball, hair, and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SPORTSOCRACY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off. Free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code SPORTSOCRACY. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. Let's talk some football.
Okay.
We got, we're not getting into the OTA bullshit. We'll do that this afternoon.
We're going to get into one. Elijah Moore has been a fucking hero.
Good Lord. Here we go. The tails coming out of Jets camp. Elijah Moore, your little wide receiver out of Ole Miss.
He's very good. I mean, very, very, very good. We're going to do a lot of OTA things.
Is he going to be your third?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Jamison Crowder's not going to be on this team.
Really?
I do. That's how good Elijah Moore's been. It tells me everything I need to know that they've kept Jamison Crowder away. Because I just struggle to believe he wouldn't be there. And they're going to pay him one way or the other. So why is he not there? Was he mad that they're going to pay him $10 million? No.
Right.
Don't get hurt, because we're going to move you. Tomorrow we'll actually be doing a guys that could still be traded in the NFL between now and the beginning of the season.
All right.
I've got a list. Deshaun Watson's real fucking high.
He's the number one.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and spoil the top of the list.
There ain't no doubt about it. But let's talk. Okay, so Elijah Moore's doing well.
Zach Wilson's been otherworldly, too. Oh, by the way, if you didn't see Jaguars' Twitter yesterday, exactly what I told you was going to happen happened.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence threw 2 pick sixes after tweaking his hamstring, and there were people in Jaguar media saying, maybe we should give Tim Tebow a look, let him run some reps as a quarterback.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I would honestly, God, rather him let the ball boy throw a couple.
Yeah, and you tried to tell me that this was coming, and I couldn't believe it, that there would actually be. And you're not just talking about, the worst, redneck Gator fan that happens to live in Jacksonville. You're talking about actual media members.
Yeah, with a lot of this. There's a lot of this that's coming from Jaguars Nation.
Yeah. But you're talking about actual media members.
I didn't see anybody actually publish articles on it. I saw a lot of things on Twitter.
Okay.
I didn't see blue check marks, but then again, I don't have a blue check mark. So.
So you don't put any stock into
pissed
that
about that.
if you can't get
I
a
need
blue
everybody
check
to
mark.
follow me on Twitter because one of my goals in life, blue check mark.
To get a blue check mark.
100%. Don't even care about Twitter. Most of it just pisses me off. But I want that.
You want the blue check mark.
At Jay Greene ESPN.
You realize there are like services I think you could pay to have a blue check mark.
Yeah, but
But you want to earn it? Is that what it is?
I want to do it the right way. Stephen Tao in the comments saw an article on Trevor Lawrence throwing 2 picks, so I guess it's a big deal. It's not. And this is the same thing. If you haven't watched our Packers offseason review from yesterday, it got a little hostile because there's a very simple reason why all these things become stories. It's because there's a shitload of people like the two of us that do a lot of content every day. You know what we have determined unequivocally? You don't care about any sport in mass except the NFL. So what does that mean? You have 12 months out of the year that you have to fill content. Right now, we can talk about the NBA for parts of shows and retain people. If we do it for an hour, the numbers start to go. So what are we going to do? We're going to manufacture stories in the NFL. And the Trevor Lawrence story is a manufactured story. I think the Aaron Rodgers story is a manufactured story. Here's the only thing I'm going to say about Aaron Rodgers, and it's something I thought about late last night. It hadn't crossed my mind before now. You do realize they drafted Deshaun Kaiser in the 2nd round within the last 5 years, right? Nobody lost their shit then, did they?
Oh, no.
No. And I got news for you. There's not much difference between a 2nd round pick and a late one.
Deshaun Kaiser.
Notre Dame?
I thought he got drafted by Cleveland.
They traded for it. I may have said drafted. I meant they traded for Deshaun Kaiser.
All right.
Who was a 2nd round pick.
Because I was thinking the only quarterback I can remember them drafting is the kid from UCLA, Philip Huntley.
No, that was, Huntley was his last name. Brett Huntley.
Brett Huntley. Yeah. The Packers drafted him like in the 3rd round or something. That's the only time I can ever remember.
Yeah, but they traded for Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah.
So what the hell's the difference? He came in as a 2nd round pick. No, they didn't use a 2nd round pick on him. I get that. But you still had him in camp. Same premise. I can't believe I agreed with Keyshawn Johnson a lot. I love his helmet, but I don't love most of his takes.
What did Key say?
They basically used a 1st round pick on a backup quarterback with the intention of him being a backup quarterback. All of the rest of this is just made up bullshit. And yes, I did see the tweet of first day of year 17 with Ryan Fitzpatrick yesterday. And whoever came up with that is a fucking genius. I don't know what marketing guy for the Washington football team came up with that, but he needs a raise.
Yeah. Starting his little preschool picture with the chalkboard. It was very nice.
Tremendous.
I liked especially at the bottom where it said, "My friends are Terry and Curtis." Those are my 2 new best friends. Of course, talking about Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. Julio Jones has decided that he's going to be number 2.
Which is
so
odd.
He's taking 1 + 1 = 2.
I figured he would be 8, but
everybody did. Everybody figured he would go back to being 8, which he was at Alabama. But now he's going to be number 2 for the Tennessee Titans. I think it's funny that A.J. Brown said, "You know what? This is your number. You have number 11." And he was like, "No, that's fine."
A.J. Brown became even more so one of my favorite players in the NFL yesterday. Because I found a story that said he considered switching to number 1 until he realized just how important Warren Moon was.
Yeah.
And he tweeted out and said, "I don't even deserve to wear your number. I'm not even going to bother you because I don't deserve to wear your number." I appreciate that. Guys that look at the guys that came before them and can respect, I'm all the way in.
Yep.
An A.J. Brown jersey is going to find its way onto the set one day. You just mark my words. That's going to happen.
Is it going to be a Tennessee Titans, or are you going to go old school with the Ole Miss jersey?
You know, we don't have a lot of college stuff around here.
I'd like to get, if we could get AJ and DK, Ole Miss jerseys. Put those up. Those would look pretty snazzy.
We do have a deal working. It's actually not working. It's worked. To have helmets that are going to be interchangeably on the set that you will have the chance to win if you're a member of the Patreon and if you like and subscribe and all those good things to the Sportsocracy.
Kevin Vick says Fitzpatrick will have played for 27% of the NFL when he takes his first snap with the Washington football team.
Which is just insane.
Definition of a journeyman.
This is 19th.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funny, too, how he is looked at so differently now. And I guess it's just he's now looked at as the elder statesman, the solid quarterback that can come in and, you know, steer your franchise the way he did with Tampa Bay when Jameis was having issues, the way he did with Miami when Tua was having issues, and now going to the Washington football team, he's seen as like the elder statesman who's going to be a really solid quarterback. And how much shit we talked about him early in his career when he was with Buffalo and the Jets and the Houston Texans. It was a completely different take.
I didn't talk shit about him.
You didn't?
I loved him with the Jets.
Oh, okay.
It was the only time I've ever looked like my starting quarterback. Beard. Same beard. It's a little bigger than mine, but
it is much more robust and more well.
I can do that, but I can't deal with it getting in my mouth.
Yeah.
The minute it gets in my mouth, it gets attacked.
And more and I don't know if he puts something in it to make it do that little fan thing.
No,
that's wild.
It will do that. Mine will do that too. Mine parts like curtains underneath my face.
Yeah, but his, I mean, it looks like, here's me making, food references. It looks like one of them Chinese dumplings. You know how they fray out at the end.
Who's shocked? Who's shocked that's the analogy?
Ever since you said you had Chinese food last night, that's the only thing I can think is like, God, I haven't had Chinese food in a while.
Just since you said that, this is a PSA to all the people watching the show. If you like Chinese food, go to your local whatever Chinese food restaurant. Replace the rice, because rice is bullshit. I don't eat rice. I don't like rice. It has no taste. It's basically just packing peanuts that they put under your mushu chicken. Get lo mein, throw boneless spare ribs on top of it. You're welcome. Greatest shit I think I've ever put in my mouth.
Really?
And the MGK or whatever's in that shit made me go to aggressive night very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I was asleep by 10 o'clock, which never happens.
Yeah. I'm trying to answer a question in the comments.
Yeah, I know. I can usually tell you're trying to do computer things when I go, hey, there's only two of us on screen. I can't talk to the fucking soundboard.
Alexander.
Oh, wait, yeah, I can. Yeah, from now on, when you do that, I'm just going to go.
Or you could just use...
No,
No, you can answer yourself.
Yeah.
No, Alexander posted, I wonder if there's somebody that has actually played for every team in the NFL. No, the answer to that is no. If that had happened, we would know about it. We would be talking about it.
Josh Johnson's played for like 13 of them.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
But now he has not actually played in games, so he's been on a lot of rosters. He has not played in a lot of games.
So that's what I was Googling, and Josh Johnson is the name that came up.
Wait a minute, a bunch of people said something about MSG. What did I say? I must have said something wrong.
What?
When I was talking about Chinese food, I must have said an acronym that was wrong because several people have said what MSG is. Oh, I said MGK.
MGK.
Wrong guy. That's the guy that Eminem actually ended him on in a rap battle.
Machine Gun Kelly.
But at the end of the day, he's still dating Megan Fox, so I think he's doing just fine.
See, you said MGK, I heard MKG, and I went, what's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist have to do with anything? Why are we talking? Right, that's what I'm saying. Josh Johnson is the guy that came up when I Googled NFL player most teams. This is Josh Johnson, who is still playing, has also spent time with 12 different NFL teams.
It's 13 now, because he was just with San Francisco.
He has also been a member of the Sacramento Mountain Lions of the UFL and the San Diego Fleet of the AAF. So he's played for what now? 13 NFL teams, 2 of the lower league teams. So 15 teams. Let's see if we can get him in on the XFL and the USFL. And he could hit he could hit like the Grand Slam of football leagues. But no, there is not somebody that has played for every NFL team. That's a lot of teams. I remember back like all the jokes that we've made over the years about Kenny Lofton and how many Major League Baseball teams that he played for. And I think he was still at 10, 11.
Baseball. I don't know, and I don't care.
You don't know who Kenny Lofton is? Is that?
I know who he is. I don't care. He played baseball. I care more about his basketball career at Arizona than I do anything he did in baseball.
Wow. Okay. All right. Anyway,
Adam Black asked if there was any word on the CFL-XFL merger. I haven't heard anything, but I'm telling you right now, you mark my words, there's going to be an involvement with USFL. And if the three of them would team up, you might actually have something. But trying to run three of them, the CFL's not going anywhere.
Right.
But trying to run the XFL and the USFL contiguously is not going to work. We've seen that time and time and time again.
Yesterday, here in the Sportsocracy, you and Brian did a fine job with the all familiar faces, new places, all offensive team. Today, we do the defense. The all familiar faces, new places, defensive team.
There's a lot of dudes.
There are a lot of dudes, but there are a lot of edge rushers.
It's a lot of edge rushers.
It was a whole bunch of edge rushers. That was the thing, like, how do you even pare down the list of edge rushers?
I cheated, and I put the 3-4 outside linebackers at linebacker and the actual edge guys at
defensive end. Oh. All right. Yannick Ngakoue, Carl Lawson, J.J. Watt, Trey Hendrickson. Then you got
those are the actual hand in the dirt guys. Then you got Bud Dupree, Matt Judon, Hassan Reddick, and Jadeveon Clowney, who are all going to stand up. Mm-hmm. It's been a tremendous year for pass rushers. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think you're going to see a lot of very improved defenses this year.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Jets' defense is going to be markedly better than it was, if for nothing else, because we went from crazy person Greg Williams to Rob Salah. And then you look at the talent that they added, all the extra things. I think Cincinnati's defense will be better than it was. Now, it's going to go from god-awful to just bad, but that's still an improvement.
Right.
To go from holy fucking shit, that's bad, to that's just pretty bad.
I mean, I know you've talked a lot of smack about the New England Patriots, but I think their defense is going to be much improved.
Yeah, the only problem is that their biggest attraction to the Patriots' defense is going to be what their offense does. You're either going to have a rookie quarterback or you're going to have Cam Newton. Okay, yeah, I'm good.
Right.
That's fine.
And you still have no wide receivers.
No.
And a shitty running game.
I don't think the running game is going to be that bad.
Really?
No, I think the addition of Trent Brown and moving some pieces around, they're going to be able to run. I actually like Damian Harris a lot. Now that Rex Burkhead's gone on to deal with the team with all the shitty the Texans.
Yeah, the Texans.
Yeah, with all the shitty running backs. Looks like a shit Madden team.
But I mean, he still has 5-6 running backs in that stable, though. I mean, they're bringing James White back.
And James White's a pass down guy. Mm-hmm. It's a split between him and Sony Michel, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's very obvious they don't believe in Sony Michel.
Right. And he really loves Brian Bolden, too. It shocks me.
Brandon Bolden.
That guy's still around. He's still hanging around.
He improves the special teams. He's not a threat to carries.
Yeah. No. But, okay, so you think they'll be able to run the ball more?
Armchair commentary said, say something nice about the Patriots. Okay. Their uniforms aren't the worst in the league.
Stop that.
Their owner is not actually Satan. I can't say that about their head coach.
I will say something nice about the New England Patriots. I think they did a fine job, even though they did spend a lot of money doing it, rebuilding the defense. Bringing Kyle Van Noy back, getting Devon Godshaw.
But I feel like a lot of those additions are overrated. Like Matt Judon's not a good edge rusher. He's not. Stephen Towle, please echo my sentiment here. I promise you, Stephen Towle was not upset when Matt Judon signed elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason that the Ravens did not give an aggressive offer to him. G-Baby said in the comments, should the Raiders start Marcus Mariota or Derek Carr? Derek Carr, not close. I like Mariota, I really do, but he turns the ball over too damn much. Mm-hmm. And I think Derek Carr is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. I really do. As I've done we have a list coming out. Do we want to do that Friday or we want to do it next week? Oh, there's a possibility we're not going to be here. We'll do it Friday. The top, 40 quarterbacks in the NFL?
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing a list. That will be the Friday show. Top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Awesome.
And we're going to do lists like this going forward because I'm just tired of talking about basketball. Overall, I'm not going to talk about baseball.
Right.
I like NASCAR, but very few people care. and Tank and Caleb do a NASCAR show every week. So unless you want me to start breaking down how I gamble sports that you've never seen before, I have a cricket guy.
I love how you equate cricket and baseball.
Don't
even go down there. You're trying to say, I bet the ratings are the same.
That's true. I do love that Armchair Commentary said, just in case everyone doesn't know, I'm literally here every day. He is literally here every day. And he's going to be doing a hockey show for us very, very soon, once we figure out the logistics of that. We just figured out how to get Facebook and YouTube to happen at the same time. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if it's going to work tomorrow. I don't know if there's more things I have to do, and I'm tech savvy as hell.
Yeah.
And I still don't know why it worked, but it did.
Well, apparently, I think it's still running.
It is.
On Facebook.
I keep checking it just to make sure it didn't explode.
It's still going. It's still doing stuff.
Just a second stream. Just trying to get the Facebook numbers up. Don't leave YouTube and go to Facebook. We are monetized on YouTube. So
Right.
We love all of you dearly that are on all of the platforms. Just trying to bring in new friends.
But again, back to the good things about the New England Patriots. I think it all, to me, it all hinges on the call that Bill Belichick's going to make with the quarterback position. And if he decides to stick with Cam Newton rather than going with Mac Jones, I'll understand.
At the end of the day,
I'll understand it for a couple of weeks.
I like Mac Jones. I do. At the end of the day, he's still a limited athletic quarterback that doesn't have great weapons. Can he go check down Charlie, keep the ball, not turn it over, just throw to Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, James White out of the backfield? Can they do that? Absolutely. Is that good enough to make them even reasonably competitive for a playoff spot? No. Here's the thing. You're talking about New England. You want me to say something nice about New England? They're probably the first team that is not playoff competitive at all. They're probably the best of the non-playoff competitive teams. Because if you tell me they're playoff competitive, you're going to have to tell me who they're better than. And Miami, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cleveland, Tennessee, Indianapolis, Kansas City, LA Chargers. You tell me who they're better than. And by the way, I left out the Pittsburgh Steelers. I left out the Denver Broncos. And I think they're all better than New England.
You think Denver's better than
Denver's talent is better. They don't have a quarterback. Can Carr be MVP level? I actually think so. That's probably my favorite deep, bad bet. Hear me out.
Okay.
He's going to put up dumb numbers.
Okay.
Dumb numbers. And I think they're going to be better than people think.
How's he going to put up dumb numbers, though? I mean,
you're going to have to elaborate on the question.
I don't see it with this group.
He threw for 4,200 yards.
You think Henry Ruggs is going to come into his own, finally hit a stride here?
I always liked Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Just him being a legitimate deep threat is going to be enough to open up the offense. But the mixture of having Waller on one side, who's faster than anybody you're going to line up against him, and Henry Ruggs on the other side, who's faster than anybody you're going to line up against him. Plus, I think there are going to be a lot of shootouts because I don't think they're going to easily be able to stop people.
Right.
I think the defense is better. It's still young. I'll be honest with you, this is the best way that I can equate this. I look at the Raiders and the Panthers exactly the same. The difference is the Panthers' schedule is easier, and the Raiders have the big boy quarterback right now. I think Sam Darnold and Derek Carr can be equivalent players in the NFL. I need to see Darnold do it before I feel that good about it.
The Raiders just, they have a lot of fast guys on their team, but I think there's talent lacking.
I disagree with you.
You got Henry Ruggs, Brian Edwards, Hunter Renfrow, Willie Snead, Zay Jones, John Brown. That's your.
You said John Brown criminally too low there.
No, I'm just saying that's their six that are going to be the most, and then they still have guys behind them that aren't worth talking about.
That's the six.
I just don't see where all of this is going to come into play.
Your Raider hatred
Considering
has never made any sense to me.
I'm not hating on them. I'm honestly giving you my assessment of what this is. I like the team. I like Darren Waller. How can you not like a guy like that? Josh Jacobs is one of my favorite players in the NFL. I'd bend over backwards to just trade for him in one of my dynasty fantasy leagues.
Henry Ruggs needs to be healthy. That's very important.
Yeah.
And he needs to learn.
I guess it's just that their receivers are so unproven, and I just can't buy into Derek Carr's going to be
this is the
MVP
reason that you should,
level.
This is the reason you should never bet, and I should bet a lot. Because I'm the guy that sees that one step ahead, and you have to see it first. Because then you wind up getting the shitty line, and I'm the one sitting here going,
I got you.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Well, I'm not much of a gambler.
Me neither.
Too cheap for that. I'm way too cheap for that.
He squeaks when he walks.
I do. But I don't see MVP level. I mean, is he going to have a decent year? Sure, he can throw for damn near 4,000 yards.
He's going to throw for markedly over 4,000.
Maybe so. Maybe he does. And maybe Henry Ruggs does take a turn. Brian Edwards actually shows up. John Brown can stay healthy. Hunter Renfrow, I've always believed that he's a special little,
little feller.
Yeah, right. Like just a special little third piece, very poor man's Jordy Nelson kind of a player. Just a solid guy, if you throw the ball out there, he's going to go after it and get it, regardless of where it's thrown to, which really helps Derek Carr out a lot. But I don't see him being an MVP level quarterback. It's hard for me to...
I think he can throw up MVP level numbers. I don't think he'd be an MVP. Under any stretch can he be an MVP quarterback. However, I think he can throw up ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
If you told me right now I had to bet Matthew Stafford's total passing yards against Derek Carr's, I'll take Derek Carr every time.
Okay.
We talked about this yesterday while you weren't here.
Maybe we should do maybe we should do a wager between the two of us.
Oh, I'm down. Because the Rams aren't going to throw nearly as much as the Raiders are. The Rams aren't going to be down that much. There's a reason I love Cam Akers.
Wrong.
There's a reason I'm just Gary Busey, Charlie Sheen, fucking Caitlyn Jenner drunk on Cam Akers. One of the reasons, they're going to be up a lot, like a whole lot.
Right. They are a team that is going to be able to nasty out a bunch of 21-7 kind of games. And they could do that running the ball more than they will throwing the ball. But Matt Stafford slings it so well. He slings it so well. He's got talented wide receivers. I feel like there are going to be a lot of open spots for him to do some special things this year. Oh, yeah, we need to think of some kind of a wager on that one because I think that is a wager that I'm willing to make. So it's passing yards, Matt Stafford versus Derek Carr. All right, we'll think of something to put on the line for that because
we'll just put it on the board. I think we should have a board with bets, the bet board, moving forward.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, we need a big-ass chalkboard to put over there on that wall.
I've only said this on this show 4 times, and I'm actively talking to a sponsor for it right now. Glad you're on board.
Yeah, I am. I am on board with this. I have never heard you say that before.
I've said that at Armchair G-Baby, Patrick Holt.
Yeah, y'all have better memories than I do.
Any of you that watch the show every day, please comment how many times I've said that on the show. Because it's more than one. It's less than 50. But it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. I am working on a sponsor for that right now.
Excellent.
It's one of the things I have to do after the show. So the reason the fantasy stuff is starting next week.
Armchair says it's at least a dozen times you've said it.
There you go.
All right.
Patrick Holt said more than 5.
In one ear, out the other.
See, that's what, and I really want this to be like bookmarked because there have been many times that I've said things on the show and Doug's like, I didn't know anything about that. This is just what's on camera. How many times do you think I've said it sitting at my desk just going, hey, this is a good idea, and it just goes, and shoots right out the other side. Kelvin Joyner said every time Tank is gone.
That
is a good point.
That could be true.
That could very well be true because you can't get $3 out of this one to bet on shit.
No, you can't.
Speaking of which, the Monkey Knife Fight play of the day will be coming up at the end of the show.
Right.
But he does not like to bet. Brian, Tommy, and I, all 3 do.
Yeah.
So
okay,
that very well could be true. You may have been gone every time I've said that.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because the actual physical board on the wall, I think that's the first time I've heard you say that in my presence. Anyway, moving on. We were talking.
Kevin Vick said it's not my fault, it's all the MGK.
We were talking about the old, all familiar faces, new places
team
defense edition this time. On the interior of the defensive line,
it
got kind of thin. Yeah,
and I didn't want to have too many Jets on the first team, so I wound up with none.
Right. Dalvin Tomlinson going to Minnesota. That's a move that I really liked.
I like that.
I thought he was Mike. To me, he's a guy that that fits Mike Zimmer's system.
Very much so.
He fits everything Mike Zimmer wants to accomplish on the defensive side of the ball, and I think that was the move of the offseason in the defensive tackle realm. No question. Then Sheldon Rankins goes to your New York Jets.
What in the fuck?
What?
I just realized I switched over to the Facebook feed.
Yeah.
And there were people liking the video, so the little thing was popping up.
Yeah.
It's in Spanish. I don't know why. I have absolutely no idea. So I clicked the like thing and it says me gusta, and I clicked on the heart and it said me encanta, of which I know very little Spanish, but I do know what those two things mean.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how I did that.
What's me encanta mean?
Love.
What's me gusta?
Like. My wife's fluent in Spanish. And
Is she really? I never knew that.
Oh, it's weird to listen to. She's got the accent and everything. It's hot. It's just hot. Just
Oh,
works.
well, now I'm gonna have to hear it.
It's just fantastic.
Because I can't hear a Spanish accent coming out of her.
Oh, it's
Interesting.
man content.
Yo soy muy gordo.
So Tank basically read the first page of a Spanish book one day.
Yep.
Hot.
Yep. I made it through 2 years of Spanish and went, nope, didn't need that anymore. You had to take 2 years of a foreign language. I went Spanish.
I took 5.
Why?
Well,
Were you trying to go to Germany and fuck some minors? What was going on here?
No, I took 3 years of Spanish in high school because I was like, oh, Spanish, everybody needs to. And then I realized I don't understand this language at all.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out. I couldn't believe anybody could figure it out. Plus, I really didn't like the teacher. And then there was a litany of pretty girls that took French. So, I took 2 years of French. Mm-hmm. And you know how much French I know? None. I don't think I learned one word. I don't think I know a word of French, and I took 2 years of it.
I mean, I think I learned a couple of French words just because of the Hooked on Phonics commercials that were on. You remember those when we were kids?
Oh, yeah.
Those little infomercials for learn a new language?
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite stand-up bits of all time was Brian Regan saying when Hooked on Phonics was popular.
Yeah.
And he said, well, they always show the success stories. I wish they'd show some of the failures. So, Hooked on Phonics, working for me. And that's anytime I hear Hooked on Phonics, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, no.
Patrick Holt said his 7-year-old son is fairly fluent in Spanish right now, which means, beyond a shadow of a doubt, his 7-year-old is smarter than I am. Mm-hmm. And it's not even close. Not even close.
It is one of the easiest languages to learn.
Not for me.
I mean, that's what my Spanish teacher always used to tell us. It was like, you really want to know, you really want a hard language to learn? Be a non-English speaker trying to learn English.
I've heard that's difficult.
The English is the hardest language to learn.
For any period of time, you understand that my mastery of the English language is very small.
We know.
That was actually what my French teacher told me. Learn the language that you speak every day, then we'll talk about it.
Would you say that your knowledge of English is paltry?
That.
Anywho,
I know how to swear in a bunch of languages.
The interior of the defensive line of the all familiar faces, new places.
I would love to have cut this into one segment to put on YouTube.
Yeah, no shit, can't do it now.
It's lasted about 45 minutes.
And we're only to the defensive tackles. Devon Godshaw going to New England. He's another pickup for Bill Belichick. Is going to rejuvenate that defense. Larry Ogunjobi. We didn't really fight a whole lot because it was the fourth guy on the list, but it was either Larry Ogunjobi or Ray Roberts Harris, that was the last spot for the defensive tackles on this list.
Sorry, I just saw Brent Cotnola in the comments. I hadn't seen him in a bit, so I had to. If you disappear for a bit, I will absolutely reintroduce you like this is an AA meeting. It's one of the things that I take the most pride in.
Yeah. Is that you know how AA meetings run? That's awesome. That's a thing that we always need to know.
Mama didn't raise no quitter. So no, I don't know what an AA meeting is like.
Only what I've seen in the movies. At the linebacker position, Kyle Van Noy, another New England Patriot, makes it onto the list.
And they consider him an inside linebacker. That's not my take. That was theirs.
Denzel Perryman with the Carolina Panthers. Still one of my favorite pickups of the offseason for the Panthers. The fact that they have Denzel Perryman, they added Hassan Reddick. I think that's going to be a much improved defense for the Panthers. And then we get to the secondary. The cornerbacks, Kyle Fuller going to Denver to reunite with Vic Fangio, I thought was the best pickup of the offseason for corners. How much is he going to... See, this is the thing with Denver, is we don't believe in their quarterback, but to me, every other position that they have
is pretty damn good.
Is damn good. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at that defense, and they've got Bradley Chubb and Von Miller healthy again. They in the secondary, they got Kareem Jackson, and now they've got Kyle Fuller to add to that. Who else was it? Who else were they able to keep on? Justin Simmons at the safety position.
They get back Von Miller. Bradley. I mean, the defense is going to be pretty damn good.
Shelby Harris. They re-signed Shelby Harris. On the defense is going to be really good, and we believe in their offensive weapons. Every skill position is loaded for the Denver Broncos, and they got Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler and who's their other wide receiver?
Who am I missing?
I'm missing somebody.
It's another one they drafted. Deshaun Hamilton's gone.
Yeah.
There's another one, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, anyway, they've got pretty good wide receivers. They got Noah Fant at tight end. In the backfield, you got Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, who they just drafted from Carolina. We believe in every position on this team, except for the quarterback, and that leads us to a 6-7 win team. It just doesn't mesh for me. Like, it feels like the Denver Broncos should be a team that is better than we're projecting them to be. I think they're going to be my dark horse this year. That's the one team that I think is going to be better than we anticipate, just because of all of the talent that they have accumulated on that team. I get that I can't even think of his name now. Drew Lock. Jeez. Well, I get we don't believe in him. Teddy Bridgewater, he's fine. Do you think Teddy's going to be the starter for Denver?
I do. I firmly do.
See, I think it's a coin toss at this point, and maybe you start out the year with Drew Lock, and then make the transition if he doesn't pick it up in the first 3 or 4 weeks. Then you switch over to Teddy Bridgewater as the fail-safe plan. That seems the path, the path to righteousness for me with this team. But I don't know. It's not my call to make.
Sorry, I'm getting graphic design advice from the comments.
Oh, are
I'm
you?
a big fan of. They're telling me to take the bottom third and set it on top of the wicked weed, which actually might be a good idea. It would take a lot of trial and error.
But then it comes up to like right here on us.
How tall do you think that thing is?
The bottom third graphic?
No, the one that's on the screen right now.
Oh, that one.
The little.
Oh, yeah.
The little one.
Actually, yeah, you put it in that bare space right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Yeah.
That's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that.
I thought you were talking about the big one that we usually use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one. There's nothing.
If you can't move it up anymore.
Yeah, there's a reason that there's 2 wicked weeds on the screen, is so that you can always see that one way or the other.
Right.
This one was just kind of an extra addition that we really liked.
Yeah, no, I think I'm planting my flag on the Denver Broncos being the surprise team of the year.
I'm not. I'm out. I'm out on Denver. You have the worst quarterback in the division. It's not close.
No.
Yes, the defense is going to be good. Yes, they added Kyle Fuller. Yes, they added things. But at the end of the day, what's the most important position in all of sports?
Quarterback.
And theirs sucks. Which is why I have them at 6-11.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da. If they wound up with Aaron Rodgers, they'd be much better. Yeah. They're not gonna.
Hard for me to believe. But anyway, Shaq Griffin is also on this You put him on the second team?
He's behind William Jackson. He's behind Kyle Fuller.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shaq Griffin's an overrated
I forgot about William
corner.
Jackson.
He's an overrated corner.
I mean, he's good.
He's fine.
I mean,
I don't think he deserved $15 million a year.
well, no. I mean, but
That's what happens with free agents. Yeah, Jacksonville.
Exactly.
Jacksonville.
The most overpaid free agents are in Jacksonville and New England. There's no doubt about that. The worst deals made this year, basically, if you're going dollar for dollar value, it's got to be the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because Jacksonville also overpaid Rayshon Jenkins, who is also on the list. Safety was a little thin.
Bad. There's John Johnson and a bunch of dudes.
Well, I mean, Anthony Harris going to Philadelphia. He's a guy that has shown us Pro Bowl level skills.
Anthony Harris? Anthony Harris was not good last year. So, I mean, he got a one-year prove-it deal in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. I think that defense is more talented than a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. But I think they're going to get put in bad positions by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Jalen Mills, I had to put that on the screen just so I could laugh at it again. Every time I see that, a little part of my soul gets happy.
Right.
Like, oh, Jalen Mills, a guy that I have talked shit about for years. And New England went, here, take our monies.
What'd they pay him?
$5 million.
That's not bad.
It's enough. Because he's not worth the vet minimum. So anything over that was an overpay.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can see your point on that one. Anyhow, what's your favorite move on this team? What was
my favorite player on this
team?
So saying Carl Lawson would be aggressive, right?
Oh, yes.
Hey, look, I didn't even put Gerard Davis on the team, so kiss my ass on hashtag no homer.
Most impactful, best move of the offseason.
Defensively?
Yeah.
I'm going to say J.J. Watt.
Really?
Being a vet leader on that defense, because that defense is young.
Okay.
Young.
I'm going to say Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree to Tennessee. I think he can at least put them in the realm of a pass rush worth talking about this year in the NFL.
I would agree.
So I think he will make the biggest impact of any of these guys that have moved. Not throwing shade, not saying, Yannick Ngakoue or Carl Lawson or any of these guys aren't going to be
Ngakoue was one I
good.
considered. Mm-hmm. The thing about Ngakoue is he's a little bit more name than he is actual merit. Mm-hmm. He's very much a stat accumulator. Now, that being said, he's somebody that you have to pay attention to.
Oh, yeah.
John Johnson's another one that I like a lot. Alexander just said that in the comments. That's 100% one that needs to be talked about. John Johnson got less guaranteed money than Rayshon Jenkins did. Mm-hmm. I need you to just soak that in for a minute. Jacksonville. I'm sorry, Roy. I really don't mean to talk shit about your team. I really don't. I know you don't get to watch our lives anymore. You have to watch them later. And we love you so much.
Right.
God, your team makes me angry.
Uh-huh. As they should. They
deserve
said
Matt
every
Judon
bit.
in New England now was the best defensive signing just for the Ravens.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, he was the best. I love you guys so much.
Just for the Ravens.
I love all you people so much. This is the best part of my day.
Doing this show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being a lazy sack of shit at home with my wife. Eating MGK chicken.
MGK chicken.
Which I'm a big fan of. Or pork. It was MGK boneless spare ribs. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good.
All right, so there it is. You're all familiar faces in new places. Defensive team. Lots of moving and shaking going over in the NFL over the offseason. Obviously, the New England Patriots, the Cleveland Browns. I mean, I would even go Minnesota Vikings. I mean, just overall good off seasons that these teams had this year. It's going to make a big deal, and it's part of the reason why I'm so hot on the Cleveland Browns, is that they have put so much around that shitty quarterback that they have in Cleveland. I think it's enough to scare people. and could eventually lead them to a Super Bowl. Although something's going to have to happen to Kansas City and Buffalo, which I'm not rooting for.
No, I'm all gas, no brakes. I do have to give out the monkey knife fight pick of the night.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We do have basketball tonight. There's
one last night.
There's
Thanks,
one.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, there's one game in the NBA tonight. The the 2021 NBA champion Denver Nuggets
with the 2021 MVP Nikola Jokic
taking on the Phoenix Suns tonight. 9:30 tip-off down in Phoenix for Game 2. Phoenix leads the series 1-0. Go to monkeyknifefight.com. Set yourself up an account today. Use our promo code TANK, T-A-N-K. Yes, I'm still going to spell it even though it's right there for you on the screen. Use the promo code TANK, and when you make your initial deposit, they will match it up to $50, and they'll also give you a $5 free play you can use on tonight's game between the Denver Nuggets and between the 2021 NBA champion Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns.
I got this one early. This is just a 3x multiplier more or less, but the lines are much lower. So it's over 28.5 for Nikola Jokic, over 27.5 for Devin Booker. I think this is a walk in the damn park. And if you don't do this right now, it's going to be much higher soon. I mean, much higher.
Yeah.
So I would go to Monkey Knife Fight right now. Use our promo code TANK, T-A-N-K. They will match your deposit up to $50 and give you a free $5 ticket. If you use that free $5 ticket on this game, it will give you will have 15 free dollars. I'm giving it to you.
Now I'm going to give you
You take it.
I'm going to give you the preview of the Greene on Greene this afternoon on ESPN Asheville. Underdog! Phoenix -5.5 tonight against the Denver Nuggets in Game 2. You're not worried. You're not worried that you're down in this series.
No. Game 1 was in Phoenix. Game 2's in Phoenix. I won't be worried if we're down 2-0 tomorrow.
Really?
No. Hold serve at home. You got to steal one in Phoenix. You got to steal 1 of 3. And I think they get it tonight. I do. I like the chances that Mike Malone can adjust to what happened in Game 1. I think Jokic is going to be very good tonight. MVP bump. Oh boy, I think Jokic just has a fucking night tonight. I really do. I went back and watched some highlights of that game, some clipped up parts of that game. There are things that with the DeAndre Ayton matchup that are exactly what I said they were going to be. You just have to really hammer that home.
They're going to wait till Game 3 to present him the trophy, right? They're going to do that at home.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because that would be shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll present it in Denver.
So Game 2 tonight, 9:30 tip-off. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping that it does pay off for you. I'm hoping your Nuggies can win one here because you damn sure don't want to go down 2-0. I'm sorry. I know you say you want to hold serve at home, but okay, if you hold serve at home, then that means you got to steal one of those late series games after you've already.
I'll be honest with you. If they just hold serve at home, we go into a Game 7 in Phoenix, I like us better than them.
Really?
Straight up.
Winning 4 out of 5.
I don't care the games in a row. That doesn't.
They're going to be him and Dozier. We're going to come back at some point in this series.
Yeah, I will be stunned. I mean, absolutely stunned if he plays tonight.
Yeah, probably not coming back for a couple of games the way
they said
that was
maybe.
phrased.
He's a maybe.
Right.
But we do expect to have Michael Porter Jr. tonight, which is far more important.
Indeed it is. We will be with you this afternoon on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400 locally. Everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You can take us live or on demand wherever you go. The Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene every weekday afternoon from 3 until 5.
I do need to point out that Kevin Vick said in the comments, I actually saw pictures of a baby pigeon yesterday, and there's a black van parked across the street from my office today.
Why do you feed him this? Stop feeding into it.
Hashtag birds aren't real.
Back here tomorrow morning with you in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. Also, don't forget to go and make your Father's Day purchase or buy something for yourself. Treat yourself to some nice smooth balls. They're on manscaped.com. Use our promo code SPORTSOCRACY. Get 20% off your purchase, free worldwide shipping.
Time for that long overdue first housewarming gift, your dad's balls. Manscaped.com, promo code SPORTSOCRACY. You get 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
It's going to be the most awkward thing ever.
It's also true. You know what else is true? Hashtag
You need to do that. You need to buy a Lawnmower 4.0 for your father. Give it to him for Father's Day, and we need your mom to like videotape the whole thing.
What kind of sick, fucked up shit is that?
You giving him the present.
Yeah, so you should have said that the first time because that sounded really weird.
Pretty sure
and now
everybody
I feel
knew
gross,
what I was talking about.
And now I need a shower.
Because I'm just trying to picture you giving your dad that and say, "Hey, here you go, Dad." And his reaction will be, "Fuck is that?"
Ian, I like this idea. I like this idea a lot.
I can hear a lot of curse words coming out of Rick Greene.
All the way in. It's already made the sale.
That's right. Don't forget to make your stop over at manscaped.com today, and don't forget to use our promo code SPORTSOCRACY. We'll be back here in the Wicked Weed studio tomorrow morning at 9-ish. Y'all have a great afternoon. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and we will see you next time.